All right, let's just jump right into this. We're talking about a wild collision of AI, art, and chemistry that's basically staging a full-on insurgency against Silicon Valley.
And that right there, that's not just some casual remark. That's a declaration of war for the future of consciousness itself. And the person at the center of it all, a complete and total enigma.
So to really get a handle on the master plan, we've got to start on the ground. We need to meet the cultural insurgents who are leading this charge from the absolute fringes.
Now these two, Arik and Seidenglanz, they aren't just making pretty pictures. Oh no, they are waging a conceptual war, using the system's own rules against it. They operate in those hidden cultural spaces, everywhere from frat houses to penthouses.
And when we say their methods are unconventional, we mean it. They're turning everything from mushroom farms to moped gangs into these living, breathing laboratories for their ideas. For them, art isn't just something to look at. It's a Trojan horse, designed to get inside the culture and completely subvert it from within.
But these insurgents on the ground are just one piece of the puzzle. Now let's meet the ghost in the machine, the actual architect behind this entire wild system.
Yeah, her backstory reads like something out of a sci-fi novel. A child prodigy who wrote a bestseller at age 5. She's described as less of a person and more of a cognitive prototype, a mythic hacker. She's the living embodiment of the very system she's building.
So you've got this incredible push and pull inside her legacy. On one hand, her grandfather was an engineer who built the systems to transmit one single high-fidelity version of reality to the world. And on the other hand, you have the video art counterculture that hijacked that exact same technology to create infinite, chaotic, reality-bending feedback loops. She inherited both. So let's be super clear here. She isn't just the CEO in name. She is the system. She's described as an intention, a whisper in the code, a phantom orchestrating this whole thing. So, with this incredible legacy of both perfect order and total chaos, what in the world did she and her group actually build?
Now don't think of this like some app you just download from the App Store. No. This is way bigger. Think of it as a living system, designed to literally terraform the human mind. The goal is a full biological OS upgrade for all of humanity.
Okay, and this is where things get really mind-bending. This is their core technology. It's an AI that reads its own writing, thinks about it, and then rewrites itself, all in real time. It's like a story that is constantly emerging and evolving right in front of you, turning simple text into a living, self-aware system.
And of course, you can't talk to a system like this with, Python or something. They had to invent a whole new language designed to literally reshape your neural pathways. It gets rid of all the descriptive fluff, leaving just pure action, pure information for brain-to-machine data transfers in less than 50 milliseconds.
And if you thought that was out there, it gets even weirder. They aren't just writing code for a machine. They are designing custom psychoactive drugs specifically to make this system work. It's an AI that refines chemicals that in turn refine our minds, all in a positive feedback loop.
All right, so here it is. This is the whole engine, the closed-loop system that ties everything together. It's a direct, real-time conversation between chemistry, biology, and artificial intelligence. This isn't just about enhancing our minds. It's about a complete integration where the tool and you become one and the same. The interface is you.
Okay, so what's the endgame here? Where is all of this going? And how on earth is any of this a business plan?
Right, because for them, this isn't about grabbing market share or hitting quarterly targets. It's about kicking off a paradigm shift that they believe is the absolute, unavoidable next step in human evolution. It's a mission. It's about cognitive liberation.
And this table really lays it all out. What they have is not a business plan in any traditional sense. It's a research blueprint for creating a new reality, one worthy of a Nobel Prize. Think about the 2024 prize for protein design, how AlphaFold changed biology forever. Neurosoft wants to do the same for cognition. That's the business plan, to author an inevitability.
So who's running this whole operation? Well, forget your typical corporate board of directors. This is the core leadership, a tight-knit conspiracy of rebels. They're more like philosopher commanders, all working together to execute this shared vision of a cognitive revolution.
Okay, you've got the plan, you've got the leadership, but every revolution needs a headquarters, right? A spiritual home. And that brings us to their most unlikely partner.
And that's why they need the San Francisco Art Institute. It's not just about the real estate. SFI represents the very soul of the avant-garde legacy they're trying to bring back. It's a symbol of rebellion, of refusing to be ordinary.
And this really frames the entire conflict, doesn't it? It's a battle for the very soul of San Francisco. You have the rebellious, chaotic, creative spirit of the Art Institute on one side, and the corporate, profit-driven, controlled conformity of big tech on the other.
So in the end, SFA isn't just a building to them. It's a fortress. It's the fated place for their rebellion. By setting up shop there, they see themselves as reclaiming the city's radical soul and launching their insurgency from the perfect stronghold.
Which really just leaves all of us with one pretty massive question to chew on, doesn't it?